What's up, guys? Chris with Chef Sports Cards here. Jeez, my mouth isn't working now. We are doing a 2022 Formula One Mixer break number 2. Welcome. We got 11:26 on the clock. We're going to start at 11:30, so just hang out for a few and we'll get rolling. I apologize for the delay, but last week's daylight savings time screwed up our listings and pushed all our listings later, so but let's give everyone a chance to get in and we'll get to it. Thanks for joining us tonight. Not that many people bought spots tonight. I don't know why. We did. Sunday was great, but I guess I should have kept it on Sundays. No, not too many race fans around on a Thursday night, I guess. Oh man. I was reading an article on on earlier on the internet about how because of Princeton's win in the tournament, like 0.0126 of the brackets that are like publicly known, like on the internet, are still available to win. Like 99.7% of all brackets have been busted already. It's so crazy. All right, what's going on, guys? Chris with Chef Sports Cards here. We're doing 2022 Topps Formula One Mixer number 2. Welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. We've been around for 5 years now. We break mostly baseball, but sometimes we do other stuff like Formula One. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We do free breaks. When we do them, we use our subscriber list from YouTube for the random. So if you want a chance to get into a future free break, just hit the old subscribe button there and hit the like button while you're at it because I'm a likable guy. All right, let's go over the teams. Red Bull and Mercedes, Zachary C. Aston Martin and Alpine win K. Ferrari Zachary C. McLaren Stephen V. AlphaTauri win K. Alfa Romeo Christopher B. Haas Ronald M. Prema Stephen V. Or you Stephen V. I'm sorry, Stephen V. Carlin Christopher B. And Charouz Racing System Stephen V. So ton of teams in South. That's okay. So be it. Let's check it out. Like I said, Sundays was great, but that's okay. It's sold. It's my last one. I only had a couple of them, so I kind of forgot. I always do some Formula One every year, ever since they started in 2020. I would give my right arm to have those 2020 boxes back. We didn't know what we were opening at the time. United States box topper. If I knew what I was opening back then, I would have held on to those boxes. I just saw, like, who was it? One of my distributors had 2020 Topps F1 Chrome case on sale for like $32,000 or something. It's like, Jesus. Like, and we broke a fair amount of it when we went at the time. I mean, I probably went through a case of it, but we didn't pay those kind of prices. In fact, it was cheap, to be honest with you, back then. All right, hobby first. Verstappen. We'll do the hobby, and then the light, and then the regular chrome. Who knew? Who knew those cards were going to go that crazy at the time? All because of freaking Netflix series, really, to be honest. That's what got me into it. I know Eric was in the breakdown night. We were talking about it. Like, I'm not a racing guy. I mean, I've been to a few NASCAR races, but I really don't know much about it. But when they started that series on Netflix, they got me into F1 pretty quick. Now I'm dragging myself up Sunday mornings to watch races. My wife thinks I'm nuts. Verstappen again. They're Verstappen. All the checkered flag parallels. F1 racer Mercedes. Valtteri Bottas. Be interested to see. They're racing Sunday, right? Isn't there not the next race is Sunday? That I really want to see this rookie. I like the guy from the United States, John Sargent, but this Piastri kid who's supposed to be so good, but I guess when he got knocked out in the first race, something happened to his car or something. There's the dude, Logan Sargent. Kid did pretty good for his first race. Came in like 12th. That's what's so interesting, that I find interesting about F1 is it's not just about winning. Like, obviously, everybody wants to be the best they can be. Scuderia Ferrari, Charles Leclerc. That's how you say his name. 17-75 for Zachary. Like, when I first started watching the show, that's what I found so interesting was like that some of these teams knew, like, well, we're never like Williams or, Haas or whatever at the time. Like, we know we're probably never going to be the number one team, but if we come in seventh, man, it would be a very successful year. And those guys like win a point and they go crazy, Now, with the new rules with the cars and stuff, you'd think it'd be a little more even, but I'll tell you what, that Verstappen, he's amazing. That dude's like, he looks like he's out having a Sunday drive every week, Like, that last race, I think the second place person was like 30 seconds behind him. It's like crazy. Pierre Gasly. He's what? Gasly's driving for Alpine now, right? And I know he left AlphaTauri. But it's all McLaren is not going to do well. Why? Because of the car or the drivers? And you're talking about the new season. Well, McLaren lost Daniel, right? He left, and he didn't get a seat this year, right? He's not. I just saw a thing on YouTube. He just put out a video on YouTube where he was like racing some off road thing, and going crazy or whatever. Enzo Fittipaldi. I'm assuming that's the Fittipaldi family, like it's been around forever. Well, McLaren was kind of falling off last year, too. I don't know. They maybe have some internal stuff going on there. It is weird though, like how. I mean, for a long time, I realized it came down to money. Like Mercedes and Red Bull just have the money, have the car. But with these new rules, you think it would, work out a little bit better. But I don't know. They still seem like they have the cars over everyone else. They have it set up all wrong. Yeah, that's right. He's the reserve driver for Red Bull. That's right. I read that. He's so funny, that dude. Like, I mean, I said this the other night in the break. To be an F1 driver, there's only 20 guys in the world who are F1 drivers. I mean, you have to be amazing. And I'm not going to lie, it seems like if you're a good driver and you can bring money with you, it's not that difficult to get an F1 seat. Carlos Sainz, numbered 3 of 5 for Ferrari. Nice. Red, numbered to 5. Like, they were talking about, who was the Russian kid whose dad sponsored the team, and then they made him the driver. So, I mean, it certainly seems like you can buy your way in. You don't necessarily need to be the best, but you got to have, a couple $100 million behind you, I suppose. Nice one for Ferrari, man. It's awesome. 3 of 5. Congrats. But man, I mean, there's less F1 drivers in the world than there are quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, it's not an easy thing to get, that's for sure. But people love Daniel Ricciardo. Like, he just has the personality, and whereas some of those guys are like, honestly, like talking to a post. Like, it's funny in the show. You're like, oh, this guy again. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he can drive a car. Lewis Hamilton award winners for Mercedes to 125, 108 of 125. So Red Bull is leagues ahead, even with the new regs. I wrote the handbook on ground effect and laid. Oh, okay. Now that's honestly probably way more than I even understand about the sport, but no, it's like I said, it's an interesting sport in the fact that there are people who realize that we're fighting for 8th place, we're fighting for 6th place, and to win that, it's like a game inside of a game. Whereas if it was just all came down to who wins and the same team was winning all the time, nobody would watch. But even seeing a guy get a point for one of those teams is so exciting. Not just for the team, but for the people, for the fans of it too, which is cool. That's something that I find interesting. I don't know anything about NASCAR. Like I said, I've seen it a few times. Years ago, I worked for a company. We had a NASCAR, so I paid a little attention to it. I've been to a couple races, but there's a lot of people in there. There's a lot of drivers in NASCAR. I don't know. It looks a little too crowded to me sometimes. Aston Martin hired Newley's understudy in the offseason. Figuring it out. Oh, okay. Driver's team. Yeah, that's what's cool about it. It's definitely different. I mean, look, I'm not a car guy. I don't know a lot about cars. I mean, there's a Sebastian Vettel on the, I forget what they call these, the checkered flag parallel, who left Aston Martin. Like, I'm one of those guys that if, like, my car breaks down and I open the hood and there's not a big on-off switch somewhere, I'm pretty much screwed. I can change brakes on a car. That I can do. I know how to do that. But, so I've never really been a huge racing guy, but man, I find F1 just to be fascinating. I really do. So many little things can affect, you know, the races and the outcomes and stuff. Mick Schumacher refractor for Haas. I have no idea what's going. Yeah, that's kind of. It's funny. Last week, I don't know what that race was, the NASCAR race last weekend, but I put it on for a few minutes, and the track looks so big to me, and so many cars out there. I was like, I don't even know what's going on here. Maybe F1 is for simpler people. I don't know. For Dams, future stars Roy Nissany, number to 75, 58 to 75. It's funny. I own a chain of cafes, and that's my other business that I own. And I actually have a guy who does all our mechanics for us. Like he's a mechanic, and I have vans that I own and stuff. He takes care of them all, and he also takes care of my personal cars and guys who work for me, cars and stuff. And it's so funny. He's like one of these guys who explains everything. Lando Norris from McLaren, Ray Wave, like explains everything in detail, and I just sit there and stare at him, and go, like, like I have any idea what he's talking about. He was actually he's fixing my son's car today. There's a sway bar on my son's car that was cracked and needed to be replaced, and he is like explaining it to me in like so much detail, and it's just the way he is. It's the type of guy who's so nice, this kid. And I'm just looking at him like, and he's like, I'm thinking to myself, does he think I have any idea what he's talking about? Pierre Gasly refractor. One. Yeah, you know it's funny. I should check out IndyCar. I really want to go to one of these F1 races in the United States, like Miami. Now they're gonna have that one in Vegas. It sounds like it's gonna be really cool. I'd love to go check one out. Esteban Ocon Speed Demons and Enzo Fittipaldi. I suppose that's who you're looking for. 339 to 399 on that team. Who's got for Steven? Da, 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 Come on, baby. Open, open. You said you're buying a new car. You know what you're going to buy? Lewis Hamilton, a refractor. Austin. Okay. Yeah, Austin is the United States Grand Prix, right? Yuki Tsunoda on the Ray Wave. The Vegas one sounds interesting. Just see all those cars going down the strip doing like 200 miles an hour. It'd be kind of cool. AlphaTauri. Who's got AlphaTauri? Is Win. There you go. I got you. I'm the same way. I get what you're saying. Me too. It's funny. Esteban Ocon for Alpine, number 25 of 299. Also for Win. Alpine, they're a team that's come on. That Alpine team, they got their car figured out and stuff. Yeah, U.S. Grand Prix. Yeah, I should check. I would really love to go to one of those and check it out. I just go to Miami to look at the girls and stuff. I'm sure they, I'm sure they attract some very interesting young ladies at the F1 races, especially in Miami. Uh, Lando Norris, Ray Wave, driver of the day, round 15. Christian Horner. Alonso refractor for Alpine. Well, there's a decent Alonso there on the refractor. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll find you some more. Alexander Albon for Williams. Sergio Perez, Speed Demons. Couple more packs from the light box. Lando Norris, a refractor for McLaren. Gasly, Speed Demons. Verstappen, I just like saying his name. McLaren F1 racer. Signs and AlphaTauri. All right, regular Chrome box. Come on, baby, give us something big. Give us a goodie. All right, last box. Good luck, everyone. Sergio Perez. Marcus Armstrong. Red Bull Racing. Those pictures are cool on those cards. Verstappen. Charles Leclerc. Jack Hughes. F2 refractor. All right, come on, we got to do better than that. Hamilton, Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz for Ferrari. Oh, running away from me. Checkered flag, what is with my hands? That's twice. That's why we triple pad the table. For Zach. Mick's out, right? Mick Schumacher. He lost his seat, didn't he? What's he doing now? Back down to F2 or something? Alfa Romeo. I can only live on the names so long, I guess. I'm sure he'll be back. He's young. Norris, Ocon, and Pierre Gasly for AlphaTauri. 63 of 399. For win. Oh, he's a backup for Mercedes, really? How often do backup drivers get to drive, like in a season? Is it rare, or I know, like, I remember somebody drove last year and they scored points or whatever, but I mean, it doesn't happen a lot, right? I mean, I suppose if somebody gets injured or whatever, they could get some real time. It's Hamilton, George Russell, Speed Demon. There was was it Piastri last year or someone like that drove as the backup in one race and did really well, scored points or whatever. Duhan and Liam Lawson for Carlin. Refractor. Latifi for sure, and there's Sergio Perez for Red Bull. I'm trying to remember who that was. It wasn't not Piastri, someone else. Piastri was the backup for because there was all that nonsense with him last year about that he was going to go for who Alpine or McLaren or whoever, and then he left after they like invested all that money in him or whatever. I forget what team that was. Bottas, Lewis Hamilton, and Lando Norris refractor for McLaren. For instance, Stroll just yeah, I saw that with Stroll. Like, he came in for testing. It was Nick DeVries. Yes, Nick DeVries. That was who it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw that with his having his wrist and foot and all that stuff broken. He still drove. That's crazy. I guess those guys don't want to lose their seat, not for a single day if they can. They don't want to give anyone some ideas like somebody else is better. Verstappen refractor. Like I don't blame him. I would probably get my ass in that seat come hell or high water too. That's all you need is someone to come in as your backup and like win the race, and all of a sudden you're out of the seat because you got food poisoning or something. McLaren team, come on, give us something good, man. Some good ones the other day. Have a good one. Cardo and Richard Borshore, Future Stars, 143 of 299. With the stash and the mullet. He's a guy I'd love to see have success. I mean, not that he didn't have success with Mercedes, he did, but he was always second fiddle. I always felt bad for the guy. Like, he certainly could have beaten Hamilton many times and didn't, and I'd have been like, if I was him one of those days, I'd been like, screw this. I'm winning. No, you can't go by. I mean, I know he made a lot of money with him winning those championships, but you can only be a team player for so long, where you go, come on, guys, give me one. Why don't you? I mean, every once in a while he would, but I don't know. He's a better man than I suppose. Stopping Kevin Magnussen and Jack Hughes, Future Stars refractor. Sonoda, Vettel, and there's a Verstappen there. Gold, numbered 33 of 50. Grand Prix winner of Monaco. Like a gold, it looks like an X Factor. I know that it's like the checkered flag, gold checkered flag. That's a nice one there for Zachary. Yeah, I just love to see him have success, like win a championship or whatever. I always felt bad for him watching him on the Mercedes team. He seemed like I always felt like he was like one race away from going, screw it, I'm gonna win. Bottas and Williams racing on the end there. All right, folks. Thank you for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I truly do appreciate it. We will be here all weekend. Not any more racing this weekend, but we do have some baseball all weekend. So if you're into baseball, come check us out. Otherwise, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. And bear with me for 1 sec. We'll put a quick hit recap together and then get out of here. All right. Hit recap for 2022 Topps F1 3-box mixer break. Number 2. Refractors. We'll get these sleeping top loaded for you. Hughes, Verstappen, Norris, Lawson, Hughes again, Lando Norris, Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Gasly, and Mick Schumacher. Ray Waves, Lando Norris, Yuki Tsunoda, Alexander Albon, Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, purple not numbered. I don't know what they call this one, or why it's not numbered, but anyway, purple not numbered. Pierre Gasly to 399, Roy Nissany to 75, Enzo Fittipaldi to 399, Carlos Sainz with the checker flag not numbered, Sebastian Vettel also not numbered, Esteban Ocon to 299, and Vorshore also to 299. Very delicious Verstappen Grand Prix winner gold to 50. That was number 33 of 50. And then from the hobby box, we had Hamilton, number to 125, Leclerc, numbered to 75, and the Carlos Sainz, numbered to 5, red, 3 of 5. Pretty cool one there. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining me. Yeah, that was a good one there. So, all right, guys, again, thanks so much for joining me. Have a great night. Be safe, be healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.